You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Tuesday the 22nd of July, 2025. It is 32 days after the summer solstice. It is 62 days before the fall equinox. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 4th day of Thermidor, the day of the Ivraie, the ryegrass. The sun rises today at 5:43 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 1:02 p.m. The sun sets today at 8:21 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 8:52 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 9:32 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute 41 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 6% full at midday. The new moon will arrive on Thursday, the 24th of July. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 2:40 a.m., 9 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 9:05 a.m., 1 meter 37. In the afternoon, low tide, 2:34 p.m., 21 centimeters. At night, high tide, 9:17 p.m., 1 meter 74. In our shared realm of plants and animals, yesterday the dragonflies were out in great numbers at Socrates Sculpture Park, swirling, hovering, and darting to and fro in what has been described as a static swarm. They flew close to the ground between 4 and 10 feet above the grass. This is a hunting maneuver. They are entirely carnivorous and were scoping the lawn for prey. The recent cold front that passed through may have delivered a fine array of small insects to the park, or it may be that the recent mowing of the grass made it harder for the smaller insects to hide. Commemorations. On this day in 1937, the Senate voted down a proposal to expand the number of justices on the Supreme Court. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, frustrated by the conservative court that had ruled against some aspects of his New Deal, had wanted more justices to shift the balance of power on the court. A valuable lesson from history on how the balance of powers works under our Constitution. A somber anniversary. On this day in 1946, the King David Hotel in Jerusalem was bombed by the Irgun. The British mandate over Palestine was in its waning days, and the King David Hotel housed the British civil administration and military headquarters for the territory. 91 people died. The Irgun was a Zionist paramilitary organization in the Palestine Mandate. Hannah Arendt and Albert Einstein described the Irgun as a terrorist group in a 1948 letter to the New York Times. On this day in 1951, 2 dogs were sent into space, the first mammals to reach outer space and return safely. The dogs, Dezik and Tsigan, were launched by the Soviet Union on an R-1 missile from Kapustin Yar, east of Volgograd. Dogs were chosen for the mission because of their capacity to endure long periods of inactivity. Only female dogs were selected. They were carefully trained, learning to wear spacesuits and experiencing simulated flights in centrifuges that accustomed them to high G-forces. Their flight lasted 15 minutes, and it took them on a suborbital path. They were weightless for 4 minutes before the rocket arced back to Earth and landed with a parachute. Dezik would unfortunately not survive her second flight that September. But Tsigan never returned to space. She was adopted by the space engineer Anatoly Blagonravov. She later had 2 litters of puppies. Today we remember Alex Trebek, born this day in 1940. He hosted the quiz game show Jeopardy for 37 seasons. He died in 2020. Finally, we wish a happy birthday to John Leguizamo, born this day in 1960. The Colombian-American actor, producer, and screenwriter was born in Bogota and raised in Queens, so we view him as a neighbor. A major star in both television and film, he has emerged as a powerful voice for Latinos in the United States. Happy birthday, John Leguizamo. And that is the Observatory, Tuesday the 22nd of July, 2025.